Hey there! It's been a bit since my last video. I've been unable to keep up with uploads since college is my main priority right now, but I want to let you all know that I still have full intentions to continue this channel and making ARMS content. With that being said, welcome back to the channel. This video is a bit experimental, which should be obvious by the fact that I'm actually voicing it myself. So depending on how I like my performance and the feedback I get, I'll fully voice the videos, although I do kinda like the Biff narration. Anyways, today's topic is very interesting considering the fact that I'm literally the only person making ARMS content here on YouTube. Straight to the point though. You've read the title and you're probably asking the question, who is Pasta Lady? Pasta Lady is the only unused ARMS fighter that has working parameters. What does this mean? We can actually see her functionality and fighting style in game. When it comes to unused ARMS fighters, you see Twin Tail, Surprise, Sumo, Scroll, Robo, and Plant thrown around, but never a single mention of Pasta Lady, which is very sad. The other codenames never saw the light of day in the full game either. Fun fact by the way, our friend's username, who is also an ARMS modder, is based on the internal name of Pasta Lady, played Pasta. Anyways, with this video, I hope to bring awareness to this obscure character, and maybe even see some hype build around her. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here about this unused character just by looking at the in-game files. Up here we have the parameter packs of version 5.4 and 1.0. If we go to the player folder, we can find parameters for every playable character in the game plus the cell. But if we go to version 1.0, we're gonna have parameters for player Pasta, which is obviously Pasta Lady. She has less lines of parameters than a usual character though. But just because she has less lines of parameters doesn't mean she isn't functional. She is very interesting in-game, in fact. The parameters say that she uses Springman's throw type, which is referred to as upper by the game, but this is most likely just a placeholder. Moving forward, we have player body, which holds information for every character's animation, model, and body type. So now let's check player body. Down here we have the player body for version 5.4 and up here it's version 1.0. Let's go slowly. So we have animation name, arm name which is null for almost every character, body type spring for Springman, category comment which is actually just like a developer comment, model name, and open playable. This is basically just what tells the game if, oh, you can play as this character, will it appear on the character selection screen. Because if you check like, I'll put 1.0, player Pasta, she is not open nor playable. Then we have product IDX, which is really interesting. Let's take a look at this in-game. So product IDX is each character's position in the character selection screen. You saw Springman was 0, and then here he's also 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Player Pasta would have taken the 5th spot, but since she's not in the game, it's 4 and then a direct jump to 6. Just a quick showcase of what I was saying. So we have up here Pasta, product IDX 5, then Min Min, product IDX 4, and then Mechanica, product IDX 6. Enough with the side talk though, let's see what Pasta can do in game. For this showcase, and for obvious reasons, I decided to replace Min Min with Pasta Lady. Unfortunately though, she has no animations of her own, and even grabs some of Min Min's hitboxes. Please keep in mind that some of the things I'll state now are just my own speculation. So, Pasta's main gimmick seems to be skating. I picture her being a waitress or even a chef with skating shoes on. It reminds me heavily of Linguini from Ratatouille. I like that Pasta works a lot with momentum. Every time she throws an arm, it affects her skating speed and direction. Now I'm standing still, and every arm I throw is pushing me back. As you just saw, her grab animation doesn't work. If I had put her over Springman, the grab would have worked fine. However, like I said, she was probably gonna have her own grab animation, and this is just a placeholder. Now's a good time to mention that changing the character I put Pasta on won't change much. So what you see here is what you'd see if I were to put her over Ribbon Girl, for example. Another thing about Pasta that I didn't mention yet was her girth size. So Pasta Lady's girth size is 0.9, which is the same girth size as Ribbon Girl. Still, it isn't the smallest girth size in the game. That prize goes to Min Min at 0.85 girth. As you'll see now, every time she rushes, she's heavily pushed back by it. A small detail I noticed is that Pasta never makes eye contact with the camera in any of the character selection screens. Min Min actually does, and I'll compare to it right now. Anyways, I think she never does eye contact with the camera because there was likely another model planned for her. Now I'll show you an uncut full fight from Pasta. I hope you enjoy.
Master Mommy!
If I had to describe this character simply, I'd say she's super fun to play as, but terrible to fight against. This is coming from a competitive ARMS player too. I don't think having a character roll skate around the entire stage would be so fun to try and hit. I'll spare you from watching my awful attempt at trying to fight this character because I genuinely did bad. Playing the arm getter with Pasa is fun in my opinion. Aiming here isn't really that hard, and I feel like I'm comboing these targets easier with her abilities. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I play Team Battle as Pasa, her skating abilities seem a bit nerfed, but that's probably because of the wire that attaches both players. Lastly, I wanted to show an interesting property. So whenever she's hit with ice or electric, she's still pushed by her skates, which makes it a bit OP if I say so myself. So, what happened with her? It's hard for me to tell how developed she was, since the files hold references to her models and animations, but these are nowhere to be seen. She also has no stage to her, and no defined voice lines either. As a side note, there is unused female voice lines in the game, but those are believed to be an early version of Ribbon Girl. And yes, worst of all, we have no idea of what she could have looked like, since the concept art that has been released for ARMS is very scarce. I'm going back to speculation mode here, since there's no clear answer on why she was caught. Maybe the death team thought she was unbalanced, so she was entirely scrapped, or maybe they felt like her theming was similar to Min Min because of the noodles, or maybe similar to Lollipop because she might have been another Italian character. At the end of the day though, this is still a super interesting character, and I hope I could give you an idea of what could have been in ARMS, and maybe spark some interest in this unused character as well. Who knows? Perhaps me and my modder friend who I mentioned earlier might work on a restoration project and bring her back into the game, but only time will tell. Well, that's all for today guys. I've been SNG, and be sure to subscribe for more ARMS content.